voice of the beat. You know what I won't blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's a beat for me.
Wow, 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 wow. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Mix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up.
Hello, happy Tuesday. How are you? What's up? Y'all come on in here. How y'all doing? Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the Morning Joce. I hope you guys are doing well. We are live. We are melanated and we are still chosen. So come on in. Come on in. Hey, Mia Loves. She says from the bushes. Love you, boo. Y'all come on in here. Get the likes up on the video. We got a few things to discuss. Shout out to everybody in the building. It is Tuesday. Shout out to Facebook. Hey, Nicole, boo. Shout out to Facebook. Shout out to Twitter. Oh, not Twitter. Twitch. Shout out to Twitch. And shout out to Rumble. Shout out to everybody in the building. We got a few things to discuss. Y'all come on in. Come on in. Oh, you love the hat? Simply Monique. Yay. The hat is on voodoodolltvshop.com. If you are someone you know is interested in this hat, there's a link pinned to the bottom of the chat, voodoodolltvshop.com. That's voodoodolltvshop.com. Get you some babe gear, some Black Americans versus everybody gear, and get you some My Ancestors Don't Play About Me gear. I got to add some more stuff to that, man. It's just life been life, man. I even when I'm home, I be on the road. I be rolling. But anyway, come on in. We got a few things to discuss, y'all. Before we get into that, I want to first start by welcoming everybody here. If you're new and this is your first time at the Morning Joce, welcome. We do this Monday through Friday. So make sure y'all hit that notification bell, like the video, and subscribe. I'm sorry, because you got to subscribe before you hit the notification bell. But subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload and or go live. Please make sure you do that. Also, if you're new to the channel, welcome. I said that already. Black America morning announcements are as follows. Please make sure y'all are doing your genealogy. It is so important in 2026. We got to know who we are. Let's get up out of this hellhole and let's march on to our heaven. Okay. We got to do that. The only way to do that is through genealogy. And why is genealogy important? It's because it literally tells you who you are and where you came from. So please, Black America, do your genealogy. Also, on top of genealogy, Black America, please also make sure y'all are out here grounding and meditating and praying. One or the other or all three if you can. Okay? Please, grounding, meditation, and prayer is going to help you so much, tremendously. You'll thank me later. I've gotten so many people who sent me emails thanking me about grounding and how their lives have changed. Please, y'all. I'm not trying to tell you nothing that'll do you nothing wrong. I don't get nothing out you grounding. I don't get nothing from that. So please get out there, ground, meditate, and pray. Now, we got a few things to talk about today. Did y'all see the thumbnail? I got clears on a boat. Clears on a boat. And it's kind of a depiction of the clears coming to America because they're immigrants too. And I think that we need to discuss that white people are immigrants. I don't think that's said enough in America because, see, the clears get to come here and drop whatever identity they had, and they get to just become American, and nobody questions that. But I want to be the one to come on here to tell you that the clears are no different immigrants than the Nigerians, than the Jamaicans, and all these other people. They is just as bad as immigrants. They immigrants. And we're going to discuss it. Shout out to the clear immigrants. We'll get into that. We also need to get into Argentina has this weird fetish about Black America. And there's this restaurant in Argentina where they sell the big nigga burger. We'll get into that because there's a whole lot of meaning behind the big nigga burger. You know what I'm saying? Because you know they used to literally eat Black Americans. So we'll get into that. We also need to get into African slaves or Nigerian slaves in Libya. Man, I saw this video on Instagram. These Libyans, these Libyan Africans caught them some Nigerians. Man, oh man. They want them people head off their shoulders. So what's going on is, remember I told y'all how Nigerians come to America, create this new identity and act like they this, that, and the third. Well, I don't know if they're doing that in South Africa or wherever Lybia at. I don't know if they're doing that in Libya, but either way, they're getting caught and put right into slavery. They're literally catching Nigerians and putting them into slavery. This is happening on the continent of Africa right now in 2026. And we're going to get into that because I feel like all these Nigerians, specifically the 154 podcast, you know, they always over here talking about Black America finding their roots. But I want to know why these Nigerians down at the 154 podcast ain't helping the other Nigerians that's enslaved in Libya. But I know why, because them Nigerians don't give a damn about the other Nigerians, because Nigerians are clone babies, alleged Cabbage Patch Kids, okay? So we're going to get into that. We also need to get into Ryan Clark being let go, fired from ESPN, but that's done by design because they're about to make him into politics. And then we also need to get into Al Sharpton hopping on this Nolan Wells thing, and then Ricky Smiley. They done got tapped all of the celebrities. Here they come. Ricky Smiley, Al Sharpton. They done tapped all of the celebrities to come on over because they need all Black America's energy on this Nolan Wells situation. And I keep telling y'all, this is a trap. The Nolan Wells case is a trap. Y'all I say this, some niggas got to touch the stove. Other niggas got to get lit up in flames. You see what I'm saying? Either way, I'm going to just give y'all what I know, and then I'm going to watch and see how I go from there. You see what I'm saying? But this Nolan Wells thing is a trap. I'm telling y'all what I know. It is a trap. And for all of y'all putting y'all energy and all of y'all time into this Nolan Wells case, I'm telling you now, you are going to regret it. You are going to regret it. You are going to regret everything that you're doing. This is a trap. But again, I ain't here to tell y'all what to do. I'm just here to enlighten y'all. But with that being said, we got to get through that and a couple other things. But y'all come on in here and get the likes up on the video, man. Come on in here. That Nolan Wells thing is a trap, man. It's a bad trap, too. It's a trap. I ain't going to say nothing, though. I'm going to just let the niggas keep going. And this is the gag. I had posted a clip from me saying Black America abandoned the Nolan Wells situation on Twitter. On Twitter, tell me why the people was like, oh, she don't know what the hell she talking about. She just loud and wrong. Black America don't give up. And I'm sitting here saying that's bots in my comments saying that. That's real life bots. But people don't look that far into what they're dealing with and doing on social media. Most people just go with the move. And in my mind, I'm looking at these pages. I went to the pages. I'm like, these is bots. But the people is liking and subscribing. And I just was like, okay, girl, I can only do so much, you know? Mm-hmm. Anyway, let's get into the show. I got a couple of honorable mentions for y'all. Y'all come on in. I got a couple of honorable mentions. Let's get into the show, okay? Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Oh, and I think I'm going to go live later on. Either I'm going to go live or I'm going to post a video. I need to post a video. And the reason why I say I need to go post a video on the Dollhouse, because I need to get more traction to that channel. And unfortunately, live streams don't do that. It can, but it don't do it to the extent that pre-recorded content does. Does that make sense? But I did want to go live, especially to talk about this. Did y'all notice that ever since Stephon Diggs and that light-skinned boy, y'all noticed that ever since it came out that the light-skinned boy was suing Stephon and had all the receipts to back that Stephon was trying to sexually assault him and then had him beat up and things of that nature? Ever since Cardi came out and tried to drag the boy, Stephon came out and tried to drag the boy, they saw that wasn't working. Now I've seen an effort of other people coming out saying disparaging things about the victim. See, I don't think we understand exactly what's happening here. Now there's a media campaign against this victim because he was a victim. Unless somebody in the chat wants to climb in and tell me that men can't be victims of other men. So now all of a sudden, I'm hearing this person coming out with a story. That person coming out with a story. This is a smear campaign if you have never seen it. Now we're going to attack his character. Mind you, nobody is talking about the fact that Stephon Diggs allegedly did have him beat up and allegedly did attempt to sexually assault him. Nobody's going to bring that up. But all of a sudden, after Cardi tried to come out and have his back, and then she got shut down, now all of a sudden, all these other people got all these things to say about this dude. Y'all can't, let's get into what this girl says. It says, man accusing Stephon Diggs of sexual assault hit with resurfaced claims he allegedly tried to extort other athletes and celebrities. So now here it is. This is the smear campaign. Now remember, Stephon Diggs needs a job. Right now, he's unemployed Floyd, okay? Because right now, not one team under the National Football League wants to sign him. And I'm pretty sure his agent, his attorneys, and all these other people said, hey, Stephon, bro, the only way we're going to get you back into the league is if you get up from under this story, meaning you have to come out of this clean. I don't know how. I don't know if this to make you, if you have to disparage the boy. I don't know if you got to get the case thrown out, but I'm pretty positive these people told him, listen, you're going to have to get rid of this in order for us to get you another job back in the NFL. And it's given right now. He's going hard trying to get his job back. And that's why you're hearing all of these unresolved things that happened back in 98 with the light-skinned boy and all of these character things that's coming out because Stephon needs a job. Right now, he's poor, broke even. And I know some of y'all might say, well, Voodoo, you don't know that man ain't broke. That man ain't poor. He ain't got that income coming in. And I know one thing about income and outcome. If the outcome don't match the income, then that means you're poor. Hello? So I don't need to know what's in this account. That nigga could have $1 million in cash in this account. If the outcome ain't coming out, if the income ain't coming in like the outcome going out, he's poor. And I said what I said. And losing a job like the NFL, let's see how much Stephon Diggs was losing. What was Stephon Diggs' last NFL contract? How much was it worth?
Stephon Diggs' most recent NFL contract was a 3-year deal with the New England Patriots, potentially worth up to $69 million. This included $63.5 million in base pay, with $26 million guaranteed, but he was released before the 2026 season.
$69 million max, $63 million in base pay. That means that's what they're going to give you off the cuff, just because you signed. And then $26 million guaranteed. You know what that means? If all else failed, you'll walk away with at least $26 million. And you mean to tell me this nigga ain't looking for another job? You mean to tell me this nigga ain't trying to come from up under this case so he can get back into the league? Come on, man. Fashion ain't paying this nigga that much. He ain't got enough clothes in his closet to get paid this much. And remember, this $69 million on a 3-year contract with 26 guaranteed. He ain't making that money nowhere else. He's unemployed Floyd. Okay? But let's get into, I guess, whatever they got to say about the light-skinned guy who's accusing him. So now this is an old, I guess, resurfaced claim that he allegedly tried to extort other athletes and celebrities. And let me just say this. I'm not foolish. I'm not saying that light-skinned boy is innocent because he probably did try to sell some other athletes and things of that nature. But what I'm saying is that's not what we here talking about. What we're talking about is Stephon Diggs allegedly sexually assaulting or attempting to sexually assault this man and then having his brother and his friends beat him up. That's what we're talking about, okay? But let's get into the story.
Decided to have a baby by your high school sweetheart only to find out that he would just grow into a scamming, scheming man-child who just refuses to get a job and just scams his way through life. He's tried to extort multiple people, NFL players, boxers, etc., lying on the internet, just attention-seeking behavior. You carry yourself with grace. You don't even address or acknowledge any of the crazy, weird, wild things that have happened. You just live your life. You don't ask him for any child support. You don't ask him to pay any of the tuition or anything for the child that you just love so much. And that's just the biggest, greatest blessing ever. Put a finger down if this same person who has harassed you, tried to assault you, and do all these crazy things to you, decided to serve and sue you for $12,000 for a chain that he didn't even buy and that I don't even have. Decided to have a baby.
Let me ask y'all a question. Let's say all of this is true. Let's say everything that she said this is true. What does that have to do with his case with Stephon Diggs? Now look, right behind that, here's a clip. It says video of Chris Blake being caught by Stephon Diggs' staff trying to leg it in the middle of the night. Trying to leg it. I don't know what that means. Niggas get on the net and lie so hard. You can tell this is a smear campaign. Let's get into what this video is.
I think you ever know. I had no intention, bro.
Yes, you did, nigga. Stop capping.
Yes, you did.
Are these yours or Steph's? What about the bread? The cash?
Dollar bills.
I want to know why niggas think they can steal them.
I had no intention of stealing, bro.
Shut up, Chris.
All thing I did was.
So how do we know that that's him stealing? That was so. This is the point. This is a smear campaign. Remember, inside of the case, Stephon is not denying that this didn't happen. As a matter of fact, they're saying that due to a technicality of him being okay after the situation, that he shouldn't be being sued. What does any of this have to do with what Stephon allegedly did to this young man? I guess because she said Chris, that's enough for us to feel like he was the one in there stealing. But let's just say that's true. What does that have to do with his case with Stephon now, the one we talking about? Listen, y'all, this is what happens when you have money and influence. And I'm pretty sure Cardi is behind the scenes helping him because this looks bad on her. That's why she got hurry up and spotted out with the Nigerian dude again. Let me see if I can pull her up. Why you think she hurry up and was spotted out in a restaurant with the Nigerian dude, with the soccer dude? What's the man name? I just saw it yesterday, day before yesterday. She was out there spotted with him again. She keep doing that to make it seem like she's removed from it. But if you watch and pay attention, she's all in that shit. She's just trying to make sure she's close enough to say she's there, but far away enough to say she ain't got nothing to do with it. This was yesterday. Y'all can't see this play. Cardi thinks she's slick. She want to help him from behind the scenes, but she don't want to get caught with her hand in the cookie jar. Cardi has been taking L's after L's after L's after L's. And could you believe this girl came on here yesterday and said she's the new, what she said? She's the new Britney Spears because she's just like Britney Spears. Let me see if I can find this. Girl, I couldn't believe Cardi B said this. First of all, who wants to be Britney Spears? If you are old enough to remember what happened with Britney Spears, then you know good and well that's the last person you would want to be. But Cardi B be wanting to be something so bad other than herself, right? Because remember, even what you looking at when it come to her now, that ain't the real Cardi. She's made in the lab, physically and literally, in all ways around. Look at over here talking about she a Britney Spears.
I'm really hip hop's Britney Spears. Like, I'm out here feeling like Britney. Because let me tell you something. A lot of these celebrities, I got all the tea on these celebrities. Like, I know who and what's doing what and all that. But guess what? Nobody reports about it. You want to know why? Because nobody gives a. When it comes to me, the brim, when it comes to me, I can't even fucking in a cup, bitch. This is crazy kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to take the good with the bad. It is what it is. Like, people pay for this type of people pay for this type of talk. People pay for this type of talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, bringing them drama then.
This girl quoted, just know I understand Britney Spears. Girl, who would want to be Britney Spears? Britney Spears went crazy, cut off all her hair, lost her children, was put inside of a mental hospital. Who says that? You know what? I do wish that for you, Cardi. You're right. You might be the new Britney Spears. I wish all the things that happened to Britney Spears, I wish that for Cardi. Since she want to be Britney so bad. Mind you, a lot of this drama she's implementing herself in. Stupid. You the dumbest bitch. And you know what's crazy though? I don't care how much money this bitch get. I don't care how much money she make. I don't care how many fake ass number ones they give her. I can still see the lame ass, dirty ass, boogie down Bronx bitch out there heel toeing on the corner at the bodega. I don't give a damn. I can see that. I don't give a damn how much money this ghost bitch got. I still see the broke down, busted up bitch in the front of the bodega looking for a nigga to buy her a pop or some shit. Weird ass bitch. She thinks she's slick. Her and Stephon probably behind the scenes working together to smear this boy's name. And at the end of the day, I hope it's all worth it because everything done in the dark will come to the light. She's very miserable. She been miserable since she got on. Even in the height of her success, Cardi was miserable. Why you think every time Mad Day comes, she on this bitch kicking and screaming and crying and snotting and things of that nature? She been like that, weird ass bitch. I can't wait till we get this whole up out the paint, bro. Oh, that will be a glorious day, huh? When Cardi is finally gone, that will be a glorious day. Y'all want to see another stage play? Let's get into this stage play. They setting shit on fire. They just trying to listen, these are paid actors. Don't fall for this banana in the tailpipe. It says video from outside 26 Federal Plaza in New York City shows a man dumping items onto the ground before flames erupt and fireworks begin going off Monday morning. Authorities say preliminary information indicates fireworks inside a garbage can explode, prompting a response from the FDNY. A man was taken into custody and the FBI is investigating the incident. This is all bullcrap. Now, mind you, it is illegal to be in front of the federal building with fireworks and setting the shit on fire because he's going to set the whole thing on fire. But this is political theater. Y'all may not want to believe it, but it is. This is necessary for y'all to believe that we are at the civil unrest. That's what this is about. Let's get into it. Look. So now he going to go over there and try to do fireworks, right? I don't know what. Sydney! Gasoline. Look at her clearly. Now, she just happened to be recording. Look.
Oh my God! Sydney! This guy is he's shooting at people. I saw him shooting at people. And he just tried to set the building on fire across the street. Look at. There's a fire over there and he set off fireworks. I'm literally shaking. I was just outside. They're arrested. He's on the ground right now with dogs. He set off a bunch of fireworks right there and started shooting at people down that street.
Yeah, don't fall for this, y'all. Let these crackers continue to do this stuff. And furthermore, we don't give a damn about what's going on at no federal buildings. That's between crackers and the federal building. It's kind of, you know what it reminds me of? Remind me when they all stormed the Capitol. I remember some black people feeling some type of way. Bitch, not me. I was off that day from work. Girl, when I tell you I saw it on Twitter first, I must have rewound that shit 50 times, watching them crackers scale that building. I loved it. I was here for it. Okay? Black America. Let these crackers do what they got. Let them do that shit amongst themselves. That ain't got nothing to do with us. We got bigger fish to fry. We got genealogy and things of that nature we need to be doing. You know what I'm saying? We ain't worried about this. This is all. These little sparks is what they using to try to get y'all to freak out. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie. I watched them crackers scale that side. That I remember I seen one. I knew it was staged. This was before I was really in an awakening. But I knew it was staged when I saw the white man walk up to the building, take off the backpack, and lasso that goddamn rope. and run and hum that bitch up there with the like in the movies with the little thing that stick on to the side of the building, and that bitch grabbed it, made sure it was sturdy, and that bitch scaled that building. I said, I know a production when I see one. The hell you lying to me? I know production when I see it. Cause who the hell goes to a protest fully equipped in goddamn what they had on riot gear? Who goes fully equipped with overnight gear, oxygen mask, bitch? Girl, they had all kind of stuff down there at the protest. Night vision goggles. Who brings all of this to a protest? That's when I knew it was a bunch of crap. But everybody different. Let these crackers do what they got to do. If they want to burn the building down, if you want, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Burn that whole down. We good. Let's move on. They had all kind of stuff going on up there. Girl, you should have seen it. Man, that storming the Capitol thing, I bet you if y'all go look back at it now in 2026, it looked faker than it looked when it happened. Because I'm telling even the police opening the barricades for them to come on. Y'all remember the police when they was trying to push past the barricades and the police was just standing there? The next thing you know, they just open them bitches up and say, y'all go ahead on. One man was helping the elderly lady in there with her night vision goggles. I said, yeah, this is a lot. I was of confusion why Black America even gave a damn. I was sitting my black ass in front of the TV eating popcorn, drinking my liquor, because back then I was on that liquor. You see what I'm saying? So I was in front of the TV drinking my liquor, eating my popcorn, enjoying the show. I wanted to see if one of them was going to fall. You see what I'm saying? Everybody different, though. Let's move on. Speaking of everybody being different, Adrian Broner has words of encouragement. Y'all know he haven't been drinking. He said he had to stop drinking. He said people thought he wasn't going to be able to make it. He said he's been doing good thus far. He hasn't had one lick of alcohol. He said he's been very disciplined because according to Adrian Broner, he said this is all about discipline and hard work. He needs to quit alcohol so that he can win this fight, so that he can make more money to buy more alcohol. Let's get into it.
I know. It was just a weekend. I know everybody thought, hey, B gonna drink. It's mad girls around. It's liquor around. Hey, B gonna get drunk. Because it's liquor around. It's girls around. See, that's the thing. I'm a natural turn up. I don't need liquor to be fun or have fun. They say I'm better without liquor. They say I'm funnier without liquor. Because I can think. Liquor need me. And I say that because if I ain't got money to buy the liquor, I don't get liquor. I know. It was just a weekend.
He said if he don't have money to buy the liquor, he don't get liquor. Now, I was with him all the way to the last part. At the end of the day, I'm hoping this was just a mishap and miswords. Because the only way for this thing to work out for Adrian Broner is for him to completely shift his mentality. And he even said it. Hey, I'm funnier without it. It's not that big of a deal. And let me just say this to those of us who are still drinking. I'm not trying to say, girl, put the bottle down and throw it away, because I know how hard it is. I know exactly how hard it is. And when you engulf deep in that liquor like that, a nigga can't tell you nothing about putting no liquor down. Who? I told y'all I saw a YouTuber on YouTube. I wanted to fight because the whole video was about spirits inside the liquor. You see what I'm? That's how bad that liquor had me. You see what I'm saying? But I'm saying all that to say, my heart goes out to him. But if he don't switch that mentality of needing money to buy the liquor, then you're kind of being counterproductive. Like, it doesn't make sense. Because right now, what it will basically be equivalent to is him just fasting. Because you're not changing your mindset about the way you induce or consume the alcohol. Basically, what you're saying is, I'm taking a break so that I can do X, Y, and Z so I can make more money and go harder. But hopefully, like I said, hopefully it was just the edit and the mishap and he's got a different shift in imagination and mentality. Hopefully. Because if not, right after that fight, he going to be back on this bitch slurring, drunk as Cooter Brown, looking crazy. Because that's normally how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Did y'all see this lady? This lady was in the restaurant and the whole ceiling fell on her. Look at God. Won't he do it? It says Winston-Salem woman left injured after large section of a ceiling suddenly collapsed inside Japanese steakhouse, knocking her down to the ground. Baby, you should have peed on yourself when you hit the ground. Let's get into it, girl. You about to change your life.
This went down. What the fuck? Eat our food at Arigato, bro. What the fuck? This shit just caved in, bro. Shit on my shoes. What the fuck? This went down. What the fuck?
The poor lady. It says she better get paid. An evening at Arigato Japanese Steak and Seafood House quickly went left after a large section of the restaurant's ceiling suddenly collapsed over the dining area, striking a woman. Videos online show ceiling debris and insulation scattered across tables, the hibachi grill, and the floor as stunned customers looked on. A woman could be seen on the ground surrounded by debris while nearby diners rushed over to help her. Although social media posts claim multiple people were injured, officials have not confirmed the number or extent of any injuries. The cause of the collapse also remains under investigation, and neither the restaurant nor local authorities have released a detailed public statement at the time of publication. The shocking footage quickly spread across social media, with many users expressing concern for those inside and questioning the conditions of the building. This remains a developing story, and more information is expected as the investigation continues. Girl, did you pee on yourself? And if you didn't, did you have your husband come by and throw water between your legs? I'm just trying to see if you set up for the right things. You see what I'm saying? If you couldn't get no pee out, did you have your husband walk by and just happen to spill water between your legs? Preferably with a pair of jeans on so we could see. I'm trying to see something. You see what I'm saying? Because, girl, this about to be called your steakhouse. This about to be yours. And not just yours. All them other people in there. Because, see, I ain't have to get hit by the ceiling. All I got to do is be in that bitch. I'm laying next to the lady. You see what I'm saying? And at this point, right now, we got a lawsuit. Don't move, ma'am. Stay still. Matter of fact, play dead. That's what I would have did. Play dead. Girl, I would have held my own nose. Bitch, I'd have been on the ground holding my own nose, hoping I pass out for 2 seconds, just so I could say that the ceiling hit my head and I ain't know what happened. You see what I'm saying? Either way, man, y'all be careful out here in these streets. And I don't want to hear they ain't got no money. Insurance do. The insurance do. She should be all right. And I think she's going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? It might be a couple of damages mentally and emotionally. But other than that, I think once the check clears, I think she's gonna be okay. I think she's gonna be able to to pop it off. Okay. Did y'all see these Muslims praying in the middle of the street in Dallas? Now I know I heard they be doing this up in Atlanta. All these foreigners coming out into the middle of the streets, just praying in large droves. Muslims out there praying. Well, apparently they say the police came out there and stopped them, and they started flipping out. Black America, this is big. Because I bet y'all niggas can't get in the middle of the street and start praying. But let's get into it.
Back up!
So they was out there praying in the middle of the street. And let me say this: I'm the first person who believes that people should have the right to their religious freedoms. I am the first person of that. I don't give a damn if you out there worshiping the rock. If that's your religion and that's your, I think you are afforded those freedoms here in America. But those freedoms cannot impede on the public. See, back in these Muslim countries, they have times during the day where they literally stop and everybody stops to pray. So that doesn't impede on the public where they're from. But in America, we're not all Muslim. And in America, the shit keeps going 24/7. So Muslims getting in the middle of the street trying to pray, not only does it impede traffic, but it just impedes overall society. Therefore, it has to go. Now, these Muslims can rent out parks. They can rent out areas where they can go do this, anything. They can even go put it at each other's houses. But praying in the middle of the street when other people have things going on is not going to work in America. But this is the gag. The way this system is set up, because y'all put all of these politics in there, politicians, they're going to make it to where it is easy for them to do that. Watch. They're going to put provisions aside to make sure that these Muslims can impede your progress. Watch. Because all of the people y'all voted for thinking had all of your backs really is here for them. They're not here for you. They're here for these foreigners. And I don't give a damn if they Black American or not. They're all here for the foreigner. I think that it is selfish that these people came to America thinking that they can just stop in the middle of the streets and just get the praying. I think it's selfish. And I think this kind of behavior tells me that these people can't acclimate to a new society. And because they can't acclimate to a new society, I believe they should be deported and sent back home. This is America, baby. We don't do that over here. Everybody ain't no Muslim. That means when you having Muslim time between 5 minutes and 15 minutes, that shouldn't help. That shouldn't have any effect on the people around you. It should only affect you and the people praying with you on your flying carpet, baby. Okay? So with that being said, the Muslims, y'all are out of pocket. Find you a park or find you somewhere safe to do this. But in the middle of the street, hell no. Absolutely not. And if you can't acclimate to American society because your prayer requires that you stand in the middle of the streets, then I think y'all should go back home where they set aside times for y'all to stand in the middle of the street and go Akbar Allah. You see what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. Let's move on. That's my opinion and I'm standing on it. Carry your ass home in them hot ass robes and go Akbar Allah out there. That's how that go. That go exactly like that. Carry your ass home, Akbar Allah over there, and then yay, and then go put it on TikTok so we could see. That's how that go. Y'all get the likes up on the video. For real, that shit crazy, bro. The niggas be coming in here with that bull, man. Niggas be coming in here on that bull, and we ain't on that type of time. Simply Monique, thank you so much for being a member for 16 months. Says, boo, the Nigerian dude with Cardi has drama. They say he bi too. He's a sugar baby, allegedly to men and women. Sound about right. She like them punks. She love a punk. It's so crazy because the one y'all would have thought was a punk, Offset, is the one who ain't the punk. But it seemed like she been having punks before and after. She love a good old punk, a good handsome punk. That's her type. You know what I'm saying? And Black Sonic, thank you so much for the super chat, says these Muslims gotta go today. And let me just say this. I'm not saying anything negative against Muslims as a people. I think that everybody should, like I said, should be able to practice their religious freedoms, but it shouldn't impede on the rest of the world. Carry your Akbar Allah ass home with that shit. Please. Go home, Roger. Go in your backyard and do that shit. Throw a Muslim party. Throw a prayer party. How about that? Throw a prayer party where all of y'all get together and hold your hands up like this. And y'all hum them your holding. Whatever y'all got to do. Throw your prayer party. Do something. Just don't impede the traffic in the middle of the streets. And I already know, oh, Voodoo, that's so wrong. These people are innocent and Muslims are being attacked. That shit ain't got nothing to do with me. I said what I said. And I got family who are Muslims. I said what I said. Okay? Now, let's move on. And I got blood relatives who Akbar Alain. And I tell them the same thing. Carry your ass in the backyard with that duck ass shit. Don't be out in the middle of the streets impeding on traffic. And these people got to get back and forth to work because you motherfuckers want bang the bong 4-5 times and get the humming in the middle of the street. Carry your ass back to the backyard with that duck ass shit. See what I said, okay? Now let's move on. Speaking of duck ass shit, I don't even think this video needs no introduction. A clear alleged TS has a meltdown on a cop, and I wish the cop would have shot him. Let's get into it. He should have shot him the first 30 seconds into the whole confrontation. Let's get into it.
Stop! Max! Tickling me! What's the problem?
So the cop approaches this man and calls him a him or he, and the man freaks out and starts screaming, saying that the cop is misgendering him.
Why do you let those kids get away with this? They are not supposed to be here!
If you don't lower your voice, I am going to put handcuffs on you, and I'm going to take you to a Baker Act facility. You lower your voice.
Try it.
Are you threatening me? Can we get another unit to deal with Jay Lee here? He is having a breakdown.
Jay! Just say the right pronoun!
What'd you say?
7351.
Get down on the ground right now.
No!
You're about to get sprayed.
No!
Get down on the ground right now.
Leave me alone!
I can come in there.
Leave me alone, please!
Okay, are you gonna calm down?
I want to be away from him.
It's too late now. It's too late now. He's gonna be taken away.
Jay! Stop.
He's taken.
I just want to get away from him.
I understand that. He needs
Shay! Stop! Max! Tickling me! Just say Shay!
Please step in. Watch your head.
Do not push me.
I wonder if he's gonna be a she when he gets in the back in the tank and it's nothing but niggas. They should have shot him. On my soul, they should have shot him dead, in my opinion. Because I don't know, you might let's be clear why I'm saying this. We haven't talked about the mental health implications or the mental illness that is going to be on these people taking all these hormones. Have y'all? No. So for all I know, he might flip out, think I'm really an enemy, and try to attack me. They should have shot him. I said what I said. Jumping up and down, hollering, she, when you about to go to a tank with nothing but men, they're not going to put you in a facility with women, sir. You're a man. That's a man. I don't give a damn what he hollering and jumping up about. That's a man. Not even a nice dressed one either. That's a man. Freaking out, jumping up and down, talking about he is misgendered. No, you're gendered correctly. I would have said he. See, when he started jumping up, hollering she, I'd have said he. That's why I would have got fired. I'd have started playing Missy. Hell, bitch. I'd have been singing all kind of songs with the word he in it, just to piss him off. Because nigga, what? And you're going to jail. And I'm going to make sure I put you back there where you ain't going to be hollering and screaming when them inmates call you he. That's what I would have did. I mean, think about it. If he was black, he would be dead. So I don't have any sympathy for him. And like I said, we're not going to talk about the mental illness that those pills and hormones are doing to these people. A lot of these trans people, not all, but a lot of these trans people who are on this medication tend to have very erratic episodes. Y'all haven't caught on to that? The only reason why you haven't caught on to it because the media puts it aside as if they're justified. What do I mean by that? So when a TS freaks out like that, they'll flip it and say, well, he's only doing that because you misgendered him, or, oh, well, he's only doing that because they always have an answer for why. But the fact of the matter is that is hella erratic behavior. There's a mental illness situation there that most people don't want to talk about, because if they do, they know that this is going to shine a light on that hormone therapy being bad for people as a whole. Facts. So with that being said, unless they're going to lie, that's why the cop said, I'm a Baker Act your ass. You shouldn't have said shit. You should have just popped him. Took your taser out and hit him right here. I bet you he wouldn't have been hollering she no more. On my soul. That's why I know I can't be the police. I know I'd have got fired. I know they'd have had me on desk duty, ASAP Rocky. Because soon as I get out to the field and somebody jump up and down hollering some damn shit, I'm on your ass. I'm scared for my life. I don't know what this cracker gonna do. He might be high on that roid. It might be a roid rage. I don't know. Okay? I was scared. All I knew is I reached for the yellow blicky and the little string came out. That's all I know. You see what I'm saying? That's why I know. That's why I know I can't be no police, because I'd have been fired way early. Desk duty as soon as I get on the street. First day on the beat. Boo. You back on desk duty. What? I just got out here. We got a complaint. Come on in. We got a new complaint. Now you only been out there 3 days. But I just get back on the desk. I know me. I know my chief would be, get your ass, you back on the desk. Damn it. I'd be a permanent operator for that. Girl, I know I couldn't do it. My nerves is bad. And speaking of nerves being bad, y'all remember Mariah Carey was on this bitch. Do we need to go get her? Let's go get her. Remember yesterday Mariah Carey was on here sounding like a dead horse? Let's get her up here. Mariah Carey, and I'm only bringing this up because I know what I said and I wanted to bring it back to y'all. You see what I'm saying? So Mariah Carey was on here hollering, oh, she don't want a lot for Christmas, but was sounding a mess. Let's get into it.
And then a hero comes along with a strength to carry on.
So now that was your girl Mariah. And I know a lot of people want to say, well, she's aging. Her verse ain't aging. Like I told y'all before, all of our legends, been singing since they was 2 and died with their mouth open wide because they was singing all the way to the day they closed their eyes. I know what I said. I said, and these legends who've been singing for 70, 80, 90 years are still somehow tearing down the house, yet and still Mariah Carey around here sounding like a crack addict. I also said it wouldn't surprise me if what's that man named Clive Davis, she was a catfish from the beginning. Now, I want to show you the difference. Let's go to Mother Shaka, this engine here. Let's go to Mother Shaka, this indigenous Black American woman, and let's see what she sounds like. Mind you, Shaka is 70. Don't give me the line. How old is Shaka Khan?
Chaka Khan was born on March 23rd, 1953, and is currently 73 years old.
She the same age as my daddy. Let's get into Shaka Khan. And you want me to believe, this is just me. You want me to believe that Mariah was the girl back then. Mind you, Mariah, how old is Mariah? Hold on. How old is Mariah Carey?
Mariah Carey was born on March 27th, 1969, and is currently 57 years old. You can find videos of her celebrating another year.
She's 57 years old. 4 days, her birthday is 4 days after Shaka. And look at her. I'll be the conspiracy theorist. I don't think Mariah Carey could ever sing. I don't think she could ever sing from the beginning. Your voice doesn't do this. Think about Whitney Houston. Even Whitney Houston smoked crack, and even her voice sounded better than that. I don't think Mariah Carey ever could really sing. And I don't want to hear, but I went to her concert in 2002, and I was there and I heard her sing live. Did you? Did you? Because how in the hell can she be 20 years younger than Shaka Khan and have this much horrible things going on with her voice? And Shaka Khan is right now 70. She the same age as my daddy. And not only does Shaka Khan look good, but she sounds even better. And y'all want me to believe that Mariah Carey was that girl, and then something, man, watch out. It's given once Clive left it's given once Clive left, the talent left with him. Let's move on. I don't know what's going on. I told y'all I'm a conspiracy theorist, and I believe a lot of these people we think are something are not who we think they is. I know what I said. Somebody said Mariah is half clear. That's true, but I can't even give her that because we had a whole clear woman who sung her face off till she died. Tina Marie. Hello? Drop down in the comments. Tina Marie, and she was 100% clear. Sung her face off till she passed out. So I don't know. Tina Marie ain't missed a note all the way till she passed away, baby. So I don't even think half clear for Mariah is an even excuse. I don't even think that's an excuse. No. She just never could sing. What if, because I'm a conspiracy theorist, what if she just never could sing in real life? What if you got? What if you got played? What if she was the female Milli Vanilli? This is all what ifs. What if? I'm just saying, let's move on. That's what I would think. I mean, Patty's still going. Shaka's still going. All of these great people who came before her are still going. Somehow Mariah just can't hack it. And I don't care if she high. We done heard Whitney highs the cost of living on them drugs too. And somehow Whitney was still able to hit her notes. So I don't want to hear it was the drugs. We can't blame it on being half clear because Tina Marie sung her face off till she died. And we can't blame it on the drugs because Whitney was high as the Eiffel Tower, still hitting her notes. So I don't know what to put it on then. I don't know what to put it on. Plus, Shaka Khan has been most vocal about how high she be. So I don't know what else to put it on. I don't know. Somebody drop down in the comments. I'm just saying, drop down in the comments and help me. I don't know. What other factors could we use in this? You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Hell, even remember Shaka Khan said she told Mary J. when she recorded Sweet Thing, Shaka Khan said she told Mary J., why would you record this? You sounded a mess. And Mary J said, huh? And she said, what, you had just woke up? She told Mary J, the only way I would advise you do a song or record a song when you just woke up is if you've been smoking crack all night. So even Shaka knows on that crack, you can still put out a hit. So I don't know. It ain't no drugs and it ain't the white people. She could never sing, y'all. Let's just come to terms with it. Let's move on now. Now let's move on. They done disconnected me from Facebook. I must have said one thing too many. They done disconnected me. Yup, Shaka was high as hell talking about free Kodak Black and was still blowing. And was. You know what I'm saying? What ODB told that hoe? Me and Mariah Go back like babies and pacifiers. I love to meet some ODB, man. He was before my time. During the time, I didn't know why. During the time, I thought he was weird, but I couldn't keep my eyes off him. But after he died and I started really looking at his stuff, I love to meet some ODB, man. One of the realest niggas come out of New York. Period, perm blank. Shout out and rest in peace to Old Dirty, bro. Old Dirty, one of the realest niggas came out of New York. I said what I said. And he was a Shinnecock Indian. Did y'all know that? ODB was a Shinnecock Indian. He was an Injun. Shout out to ODB, man. And he said it out his own mouth. A whole Indian. A whole Injun. You get it? Let's move on. Now let's get into this Nolan Wells bit. Did y'all see? I haven't been following this Nolan Wells case, and I don't think that Black America should, but please do what you want. I haven't been following it because I understand that this is a play. This is political theater. Now, Nolan Wells is the black kid who allegedly was found dead or missing on a boat with a bunch of white kids in Mississippi. Now, we've had the daddy come out here and say it's not racially motivated. We had the coach come out here and say it's not racially motivated. So if all of these people are saying that this is not racially motivated, then why is Al Sharpton here? Why? Why is Al Sharpton and Ben Crump a part of this whole situation? Not only that, why is toilet paper? Because here he come. Mind you, he fighting and windmilling with his own case. Why is toilet paper, Tyler Perry, coming over here attaching himself to it? Because you don't understand how this political theater works. First of all, this is all a sham. I don't know if the little kid is even real, but let's just say he is. If he is real, no shade, no pun intended. If he is real, did y'all catch that? Now I know he's not real. But if he is real, okay, if he is real, then they're using this case, right, to make this something way bigger for their political gains. Okay? And I'm telling you now, none of this has anything to do with justice, racism, or anything else. They're going to posit it and put it out like that because that's what keeps the algorithm going. That's what makes people catch. But I'm telling you that this is some BS and some witchcraft going on behind this Nolan Wells case. So now I done heard Ben Crump done got on the case. He's fighting as the lawyer. Al Sharpton is up here being the spokesperson for him. And then we got toilet paper offering money for a reward. Mind you, the family keeps telling y'all this is not racially motivated. So let me ask Black America, if it's not racially motivated, then what you give a damn about it for? If this the parents told y'all and the coach, this is not racially motivated. So to my question to Black America, why do you care about this case? And don't tell me because he's just a kid and those other kids are bullshit. Stop lying to you because you ain't lying to me. Stop lying to you. Bullshit. You're here because you understand that this is a racist situation. But these people keep gaslighting you, on one hand telling you it's not, but then on the other hand have every freaking what do you call these people? Activists you can find attach themselves to it for any political reasons they want. Abandon this shit. Let's get into it. It says Al Sharpton and Tyler Perry are often $100,000 for information leading to an arrest or conviction in the death of Nolan Wells. Tyler Perry, aka Toilet Paper, also covered funeral costs. Quote, "We just want the truth, that's all." Y'all know this is cap. It says this is the community. Al Sharpton and Tyler Perry. First of all, where the hell have this fragile, frail nigga been? We ain't seen high low of Al Sharpton since the last nigga got killed. He never shows up. He's not even a real reverend. Al Sharpton is a snake from the 60s and the 70s. We might do him on Educational Friday. Let me write him down. We might do Al Sharpton on Educational Friday. Al Sharpton is a snake, a slime ball, a grease ball. And I don't know how we in 2026 and Black America haven't caught on to that shit. Let me write Al Sharpton down. We might pull him up for Educational Friday. Hold on. Al Sharpton. And what's the other one I said? Oh, Ancient America. Ancient America. Y'all know this how I be coming up with my my educational Friday topics. I just be running my mouth, and then I be like, oh, we could talk about Al Sharpton ain't worth 2 nickels rubbed together on concrete. But somehow they keep attaching him to black stuff, and black people keep clapping for this. This man is he's the hugest representation of the devil that there is in 2026. The last nigga who worse than him, Jesse Jackson, he just croaked. And now we got Al Sharpton still here, living on the wing and a prayer, up here calling for justice for Nolan Wells. I don't see how y'all can't see this. I don't understand. But anyway, they have a plea. They want to ask the people for any kind of information. Remember, this is not racially motivated, but they want the people to come out with any kind of information to lead to an arrest. This is Mississippi, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You bitches could raise $1 trillion if the state of Mississippi don't want to arrest these crackers. You got to know a cracker will not be arrested. Let me say it again. That there is the state of Mississippi. And if them crackers down at the state of Mississippi don't want to arrest them white boys, they not going to get arrested. And ain't nothing a nigga outside of that state can do. Or a cracker, for that matter. Okay? But let's get into it, because this is a political theater. Remember, I told y'all, Carmelo Anthony and Nolan Wells will be heavily used in this upcoming election campaign. They're going to be the heartstrings that the Democratic politicians pull on and use to pull on your heartstrings, okay? Nolan Wells, and they're going to add another one before we get up here, at least 1 or 2 more. But Nolan Wells and Carmelo Anthony are going to be the Democrats' ticket, or at least they think their ticket, to keep giving them another day above water, okay? Mind you, don't be fooled to think that the Democrats and the Republicans are enemies. They're friends. They're brothers and sisters. They're twins, as a matter of fact. They just fraternal, so you can't tell. Let's get into it.
I want to put a reward up for $50,000 for anybody that could give the information that will lead to an arrest and a conviction in the case of what happened. He was not on that island by himself. Somebody saw something and knows something. So I didn't come to make money. I came to give money. Stand up and tell the truth. I just got a text, Christine and Elmer, you know that Tyler Perry said he would pay for the funeral. He must be watching because he said, I'm going to match you and put up $50,000 more. So we putting up $100,000. For anybody that'll come forward. We just want dollars to anybody. I want to put a reward up for $50,000 for anybody that could give the information that will lead to an arrest and a conviction in the case of what happened.
What they're trying to do, Black America, because y'all don't understand the way media, especially social media, works. So, of course, Turley Paper is watching. Duh, y'all knew that before you came on the live or before you came on this press conference. Frail Al Sharpton, you knew that punk was watching. Punk. You knew he was watching, okay? But y'all gonna play it off like he wasn't, and now all of a sudden he wanna campaign another 50 racks to go with information. This is all political theater, baby. Turley Paper need to take that 50 racks and put it toward his own case, Turley. Then people want to know if you a punk. And according to the court documents I read, that man who said you was out there trying to drop Donkey Kong bird off in him said that you is a predator too. So how the hell you gonna get on here asking for people with information? Information on what? This is all political theater. Let me tell you what they're doing, Black America. They want y'all to get engulfed in they want your energy intertwined into the Nolan Wells case. Because with your energy there, you can't worry about genealogy and history and and figuring out who exactly we are. So this is what they're doing. They need you to focus your attention on all of these so-called Black men, because Nolan Wells, I don't even know if he's Black American, because his parents, we don't know what's going on with that. But they want you to take your attention off of your building, your growth, and put it onto these people's things. And listen, they got all of these celebrities. That's why they went got Turlet. That's why they went got Ben Crump and all these other people, Al Sharpton. They went got all of these familiar faces, all of these puppets that they put in place so that they can get you back on the trail. They almost got us with Carmelo Anthony, but we were smart enough and we figured it out. So they doubled back with the Nolan Wells. And what they want us to do is freak out and lose our minds. That's what this is all about. It's about erupting your energy. They want your energy interrupted, okay? Now, I saw this video with Ricky Smiley. And listen, let me be clear. Hold on. Before I say what I'm about to say, is Al Sharpton a part of any D9 organization?
Yes, Al Sharpton is affiliated with Phi Beta Sigma fraternity, which is part of the Divine Nine, also known as D9. These are 9 historically Black Greek letter organizations.
So now I'm going to go with what I was about to say. It would make sense why Ricky Smiley, who's a Q, and Al Sharpton, who's a Sigma, right? Remember, I told y'all, they put these D9 people in place because they're already on code. You don't have to train them. All you got to do is give them orders. They already on code. Why do you think all of Black radio is ran by Q dogs? Steve Harvey, Ricky Smiley, DL Hughley, the whole shit is ran by Qs. And before that, shout out to Tom Joyner. But even he was an alpha, I believe. They already have their people in place. Remember, these are actors, these D9 members. And if you a ski-wee or a roof and a Q-dog and you didn't get this access, just say that. But don't act like what I'm saying is crazy. But they got all of these D9 members in place, ready to go. Because they need them to evoke your energy. So now we had Al Sharpton, the Phi Beta Sigma member, in Turlet paper offering $100K, and now they got to attack us through the other media, through the radio. They went and tapped Ricky with his gay ass. Hey, Ricky, we need you to get on the airways and bring up the Nolan Wells shit. Here's the script. And look at Ricky. He already a D9 member ready to go. Bet. How many of y'all remember that episode of The Real House? Nope. Married to Medicine. If you haven't remembered this episode, I'm going to give you a play. On Married to Medicine, the doctor, Dr. Jackie, who's one of the most famous doctors on there. She's the doctor to all the stars. When she had she was going to do an interview with the president, they gave her a script. Now, that wasn't the gag, because we already assumed that they were going to give scripts because it's the president. It was the fact that she already knew a script was coming. It was the fact that she already knew how to poise herself. These people are put in place. They are trained and put in place to do exactly what they are doing. When y'all be seeing a lot of these politicians get interviews, you think these interviewees be people, or interviewers, be random people. No, they be D9 members too. They got all of these people already in place. If they needed to go to medical, the D9 is already up in there too. They got everybody in place, ready to keep you hypnotized with the bull. So we went from the Phi Beta Sigma. Now we over here by the Q, who's running the airwaves. Him and the Brat Tat Tat. They over there talking about the World Cup, and Ricky Smiley couldn't help but bring up the fact that Black America ain't worried about Nolan Wells. Watch the hijack. Let's get into it.
Watching all the Argentinian fans go to, I stopped by my son's job on yesterday, and I just saw the man. It'll take entertaining. I saw some racism in real time, and to see people treat your son what I saw yesterday.
Right.
And I was like I literally drove off crying. Like I had
What
tears in my eyes.
happened?
You know, they was racist. The Argentinian fans that was coming out of the building where my son working, I was watching the way they spoke to him and the way they treated him.
And what kind of hoe ass nigga is you? I said I'm gonna stop calling men hoe ass niggas, but I be seeing too many hoe ass niggas. So you mean to tell me you sat by idly and watched your son be treated badly by racist Argentina fans, and all you could do is go home and cry? You failed as a father, nigga. That's all you could do is just go home and cry. This is political theater, ladies and gentlemen. But you watched your son be treated unfairly by racist Argentinian fans, and all you could do is go home and cry like a little hoe. Yeah. That's what I be talking about.
How nice my son was, trying to be accommodating to them where he worked, and they talked to him like he was less than a human being.
Yeah.
And I said, you have to put up with this every day? Oh my God. I'm talking about like you can feel the racism.
It's a thing. Paraguay too.
I caught one of them staring him up and down and looking at his shoes. And I looked around my son. I said, you like his shoes? You look like? I said, yeah. I said, I'm his dad. I'm his dad. And then all of a sudden, your ass can't speak English now. Okay, right.
Wow.
You just know that where he grew up and he's well cared for. You know, he worked that job because he wanted to prove himself. He worked hard. He's not dependent on me for anything. He's trying to be his own man. But just know that he ain't throw it away. I let him know.
Wow.
Whatever. It was uncomfortable, but you made me uncomfortable by looking at him. It made him uncomfortable.
That's so sad.
Yeah, that's not. My son said the Argentinians were so racist that he'd be glad to see white people.
Wow.
That's what he said.
Wow.
Yeah. We can interview him one day. I can let him. He'll tell you himself. It's crazy. I'm signing in.
That's so sad.
Who says that? They're so racist. I'm happy to see white people. What? A nigga said that? Yeah, that's big. Who says that? That doesn't even make comments. Okay.
Malik is such a good dude. He's so sweet and he worked hard. He's just a great kid. Like, I hate to hear that he was treated like that. It's
a whole lot of them out there that hate black people just because of our existence. I was watching all the Argentinian fans.
Well, it sucks to be a father knowing that there's nothing you can do to protect your child, bitch ass nigga. Shut up, Ricky Smiley, because you sitting up there talking about how they being racist to your son. This is a way to evoke your energy, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Now, this is the gag. This is what I don't understand about the celebrities who got all of this to say about the foreigners. Y'all was the ones beating down our pavement for us to let them in. So now Argentina is doing the World Cup thing, and y'all seeing how racist they are, and now all of a sudden you had to go to the bush and weep, you hoe ass nigga. I'm a woman and I wouldn't have went to the bush and weep, but your hoe ass had to go to the bush and weep because they was in there calling your son all kind of nigga burgers. Political theater, ladies and gentlemen. They're trying to evoke your emotions. That's what this is all about. That's why they on this internet with all of this, racism. This is all they do in these political seasons. This is all they do. Republicans and Democrats alike. They love playing the race card to get you all involved in their BS. Because remember, they need your energy to make anything go. Without your energy, nothing goes. This is why they put so much time, money, and effort into making sure they keep Black Americans distracted, because they need our energy to see all of this shit through. And it works like a charm. Just like I said with the Nolan Wells thing with Al Sharpton, it's the same thing. They're already tapping these people that are already put in place, right? To make sure they're on script, to keep the script going. I keep telling y'all, Black America, we are like the Truman Show. We're Truman. There's a whole bunch of things, people, and places that are put in place to make sure that we remain under the illusion of the Truman Show. And Ricky Smiley, Toilet Paper, Al Sharpton, and a host of others are all in on it. Okay? Now let's move on. They are in on it, and it's sick. It's sick. It's sick. It's super sick. Let me read a couple of super chats. Hold on. Y'all, I want to read all the gifts, all the gems, but it be so many, bro. I'll be here all day if I read all these gems. See, all the rest of them is gems. I would literally be here all day if I read all of those gems. Hold on. Black Sonic 449. Thank you so much for the super chat. Says these Muslims gotta go today. Go ahead on. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. All right, let's move on. I want to move on to let's get into Ryan Clark getting fired. Hold on. Did it delete? No, here it go. So y'all heard about Ryan Clark, right? Y'all know who Ryan Clark is. He's the football player, ex-football player, ex-NFL football player who became a sports analyst. One thing I noticed about Ryan Clark is he's very vocal about political things and social things. So, like, for instance, let's say something happens in the world and they on TV, talking about sports. Ryan Clark was the guy that always interrupted the sports talk to speak about social situations, right? And at first he almost got me. I was like, dang, this brother is deep. He really on here trying to, spread awareness and likeness and all of that things of things that we don't really talk about. But then I started paying attention because I don't watch him, but I started paying attention and I started saying, some of the conversations he be inserting, it kind of gives me scripted. It kind of gives me like a lot of this shit don't even be warranted. One thing I will give to Ryan Clark, he was very much in defense of Angel Reese during the time when all of white America hated Angel Reese because she was actually a better basketball player at the time than Caitlin Clark. Ryan Clark was one of those people who actually was bold and out there to help up for Angel Reese. And I was here for it. I think that's how he started catching me. But then I started paying attention. I'm like, what the hell are they trying to do with this Ryan Clark dude? Well, I started paying attention to the Stephen A. Smiths of the world. And I started paying attention because I don't watch them neither, but I keep an ear to the streets. But I started paying attention to the Stephen A. Smiths of the world and the Shannon Sharps of the world. And I started paying attention to which directions they were going in their podcast. And not necessarily Shannon, but specifically Stephen A. Smith. He's going more political now. So then I started saying to myself, Ryan Clark gives me one of those guys who starts off as this sports analyst dude, but he gives me that he really wants to get into politics. He really wants to be one of those CNN analysts or some shit like that. I've always thought that about him. Well, then it pops out of the blue the other day that he was just fired randomly. Ryan Clark was fired randomly off his job, fired on his day off, mind you. And he decided to just not come to work. Because, why am I coming to work if y'all already telling me I'm fired? You know what I'm saying? So then I said to myself, because then all of those old memories started popping back in my head. And I said, I see what this is. They didn't fire him. Let's be clear. In these situations, you don't get fired. This ain't McDonald's. This ain't Walmart, bitch. It ain't like they give you a pink slip and be like, you out of this, bitch. You go, oh my God. That's not how this works. Okay? Even if you get let go, because a lot of the times let go is what they do. But even when you get let go, you don't get fired. And typically with these people in these situations, they don't get fired down, meaning they don't get fired and sent home. They get fired up. Now, remember, this is a new political season coming up, and they need more people speaking for the people. Ryan Clark will be the perfect person to do that because he already has the trust of Black America. What do I mean by that? He's been documented taking the side of Black people in social situations, in racial situations and all. He's perfect. So now them coming out saying that he's fired and he just didn't show up to work. I said, watch this nigga show up on some other analytical, I don't know if it's going to be on some CNN shit, or maybe he going to go Shannon Sharp and do his own podcast. But either way, they're going to tap him and tag him as the Black voice to the Black people in this next political cycle. That's what I got from this. However, let's get into what it says. So it says Ryan, what his name, Clark, 11-year run at ESPN ended abruptly on Monday when the network informed him he was being let go in the middle of taping NFL Live. It says he didn't finish the show. Sources say it's the first move in a wave of layoffs expected across ESPN and NFL Network as soon as Tuesday. tied to the ESPN NFL network merger. Wait, what? Sources say it's the first move in a wave of layoffs expected across ESPN and NFL network as soon as Tuesday, tied to ESPN NFL's network merger. So ESPN and NFL are going to merge networks. Okay. Clark was reportedly set to be a part of ESPN's first ever Super Bowl broadcast next year. Okay, so they're saying that he was randomly at work in the middle of working, and then they just hit him up and was like, hey, bro, you fired, right? So then he decided he wasn't going to finish his shift. He just went home. Now, this makes good for headlines, but this is not real. This is all a part of the theater as well. So they're going to fire him on the show and make that headlines, and then he's either going to come back as a Don Lemonade or a Shannon Sharp or a Stephen A. Smith. Have y'all noticed that a lot of these sports dudes are starting to talk more about politics? I saw Stephen A. Smith talking about he could run for president. Somebody else was talking about they could be. A lot of the sports people are speaking a lot about politics because remember, they've already merged sports with entertainment. Now, just like they did Black America in the 1700s, now they need to confuse us more by merging and putting in politics with that as well, because they don't want you to be able to differentiate one from the other. So it's giving me that Ryan Clark is probably going to be the next big analyst. I don't know if it's going to be on the left or the right. So I don't know if it's Fox or CNN, or maybe they'll give him the illusion of having his own show like they gave Shannon Sharp that illusion. So they'll give him the illusion of having his own show, and then he'll be broadcasting out of the cellar or something like that. Either way, yeah, this is scripted, like somebody else just put in the chat. All this shit is scripted, okay? He's not fired. Trust me. I bet you he'll bounce back with a better job than he had before. Watch. That's because that's a part of the plan. Let's move on. Now, I want to move on. Since we're here, let's get into Argentina and the big N-word burger. Now, I don't know much about Argentina. Don't get me the line. But I do know that the Argentinian people that we see today are not the real Argentinian people. Let me pull them up. Since they won the soccer thing, they should have a good little video of them. Hold on, let's get the Argentinian people up here. What they call them? Argentinians. Sorry. Let's get the Argentinian people up here. Let's see, so y'all can see what they look like. Look. Hold on. Let me show you what they say they look like. Y'all see them people? These is the people on the soccer team. These are Argentina people.
The world champions are Argentina.
Do y'all see any black people on the team? I didn't see any. Did y'all see any black people? Look at all them people in Argentina. Remember, I keep telling y'all, they show us the representatives. This is what they want you to believe the true Argentinian people are. These are the clone babies. These are the Cabbage Patch Kids. Take a look. Y'all look good, too. I don't see no black people in them now that I'm looking. They ain't got no niggas out there. All them people, I don't see a dark-skinned nigga yet. You know what I'm saying? I think I might have seen one. Let me go to the next one. Look at all of the fans, girl.
For the second time, he's at both posts.
You let them tell it. Now, mind you, Argentina is hella racist. Hella racist. But these aren't even the real Argentinian people. These are representatives. And you know what pisses me off about soccer the most? Is that soccer was created by Black Americans. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that soccer, the game itself, were created by Black Americans? Did y'all know that? People over here on this side of the continent, right? Meaning North America, South America, the Caribbean. That sport came from here. We were the first people to play this sport. But we were eventually moved out and replaced by these Cabbage Patch Kids. And now they are the face of said sport. You looking at the sport and you can hardly see a black person yet. And these people are racist AF. They not even the real people of Argentina. Let me show you the real people of Argentina so y'all can see it yourself. Let me show you the indigenous real people of Argentina. While they over there celebrating the win, let me show you what the real Argentinian people look like.
Un hombre negro, una gran responsabilidad, ¿sí? Para luchar por mis derechos, por los derechos de nuestras naciones y dejar el camino lo más abierto posible para acabar con el racismo.
¿Es algo político para usted?
Sí, es social, es político, es cultural, es todo. O sea, en un sistema racista, o sea, no hay plano donde no haya influencia o consecuencias cuando hay un sistema racista.
¿Piensas que las cosas mejoraron de su tiempo hasta ahorita o es como igualito?
Lo que ha mejorado es la visibilidad. Antes decían que no habíamos, que no existíamos, que no estábamos. Ahora saben que estamos.
Okay.
Eso
es mejor.
Hace.
Pero las cosas...
Hay mucho por delante.
Okay.
Listen. These are the true, real Argentinians. And remember, I told y'all, Black America, I said that this is how you know who's from the who's from the Americas. I said you wouldn't know the difference until they start opening their mouth. If that man didn't, if I muted this thing and told y'all this man was from Texas, you wouldn't know the difference. But if he was African, you could tell off the bat, right? Mind you, while the Argentinians is over there celebrating their win, and it's contrived, their win in soccer, they're being hella racist to the indigenous population of people who were already there, the Aboriginal people. Don't that sound familiar, Black America? That's what the cracker do here. They come over here, take on our identity, and then try to put us down by being racist towards us. Mind you, that if you let the world and the media tell it, they are the real Argentinians. Well, if they are, then who are these? They're not. They are representatives. I told y'all all over the world, Black America, they've shown us representatives. And the reason why they showed us these representatives, because they need you to buy into the fact that everybody's all one and the same. So in our minds, we're thinking the Colombians are really the way that who we thought they were. We're thinking the Asians, and none of these people are the real people. All of these people are representatives put in place of the real people. I keep telling y'all, Argentina, and not just them, all over the world, they look like me, the real people of the earth. The Aboriginal indigenous people look like me, not white, not racially ambiguous, not Asian, not yellow, not none of that. They look like me and they look like you. All them other people is representatives. They're not real. They're not the real people of those lands. Now, why is this important? Because while we over here clapping and celebrating for Argentina being the winning, we already got what's the man named Ricky Smiley on here crying because his son was being racist or was found to be racist or had a lot of racist shit going on back then, right? Whole time, Argentina is racist AF. And in Argentina, they have this burger, a restaurant where they sell the burger called the Big N Burger. The big Nigger burger, okay? Now, I believe they changed it to the Nigga because they knew all of the attention was going to come on them. But I'm telling you now, this is bigger than naming a burger after Black people. Remember, these clones used to actually eat us. Have y'all ever heard the book called The Delectable Negro? They physically, literally used to eat us. And in my opinion, how do we know that these burgers don't have Black people in them? How do y'all know that? Mind you, these representatives in Argentina, they're not the real Argentinians, but because they've been there over 100 years, they've got claim to the place and they are the face of the place. How do we know they don't actually have black people inside of these burgers? They racist AF. They don't even like the black people who are originally from South America, aka Argentina. And you want me to believe that this big nigga burger is just a play on words because they really rock with us? Let's get into the video. Y'all get the likes up on the video.
It's Will Belafonte. Have you seen the burger that's going viral right now? In Argentina, they got the big nigga burger. So this is history. They like eating niggas, man. Don't believe me? Watch these videos.
I've come over 1 hour to this famous burger spot in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Can I say the name? You're gonna have to wait till the end of the video. Could I just have the just this one? Burger. Oh, gracias. Oh my God. Right, so here we go. We have the big burger. As you can see, we've got a black bun. We've got lots of creamy filling and lots of meat. Holy shit. God, I love big nigga.
Shut your mouth, man. Listen, that's why Argentina lost last night, because God don't like ugly. You dig? But let me know what y'all think. Are y'all comfortable with these people eating burgers that resemble niggas? Like I said, this ain't history. They been eating that 8 that term. They been eating niggas.
They literally used to eat us in real life because they used to believe that if they can ingest us, then they can ingest our gifts and our essence and our souls. This is a real story. I'm not making this shit up. So for them to have a whole restaurant in Argentina and they got a burger called the Big N-Word Burger with a black bun, mind you, we don't know what the ingredients of the meat is, but let's just go with the move. We got this restaurant out here with this racist ass burger. And they not even the real Argentinian people. They Cabbage Patch Kids, clones. And this is why when people ask me about geopolitics, I say, fuck them. I don't give a fuck about nobody but Black America. I swear to God. This is why when people talk, I was talking to a guy this weekend, and he was talking about the shit that's going on in the Middle East. And I ain't going to repeat what I said, but I'm going to tell you it was extremely harsh. And that nigga looked at me as if I was growing 3 heads. And I looked at him like he was growing 4. Because in my mind, why the fuck should I give a damn about what's going on over there? Look at how these people think about us. What in my right sane mind would make me care about what's going on over there? I wish I could repeat what I said to him, and it just came off my tongue so good. I felt bad after I said it, not because I didn't mean it, but because I didn't realize it was going to come out so clear. You know what I'm saying? But why should I care about these people when this is the sentiments they have about us? I would be foolish and insane in my brain to care about a group of people who make burgers like that. This is why I don't give a damn about geopolitics. I could care less. I don't give 2 fucks. Fuck them all. I'm going to be real. Fuck everybody except us. That's just me. This is what we're dealing with. But again, if you don't know what's going on in these countries and all you get is what the media gives you, remind you, God forbid a natural disaster or something happened, all we'll hear is all the Black Americans, all the Black American politicians, oh, Black America, y'all need to pray for Argentina. Oh, the fact that Black America don't care about Argentina, y'all wrong. God don't like ugly Black America. That's the same countries that hate us. Our politicians in America will come over here and guilt trip us for not giving a damn about they bullshit. If I didn't know that Argentina had real Argentinians who look like me, I'd say fuck the whole of the whole country. But because I know that those are those representatives, I'm gonna have to eat that, and literally, no pun intended. And I'm gonna have to just say, you know what? It sucks that the real Argentinian people don't get to come out here and show us who they are, because that's where the real culture lies, not in these cracker representatives that y'all see online or in the World Cup and all of this shit. All of those people are representatives. I would have loved to seen and got to hear from actual real Argentinian people. Oh, and by the way, I'm almost positive they make it to where black people can't try out for that whack ass soccer team. And that's probably why y'all lost. If y'all had some black people from Argentina on your team, you probably would have won, you racist bastards. It's probably why y'all lost. Because you know how it normally go. They don't be wanting the black people to show them up. So they'd rather keep them off the team altogether. But yeah, the fact of the matter is, having that burger tells you that they're really eating us, y'all. And it wouldn't surprise me if they really eating us, y'all. Because if you understand history, then you know in history, they was really eating us, y'all. Like literally. Cannibalism, cutting limbs, eating flesh. These people y'all claim that are just like us were eating us. Let's move on. I just want to throw that out there. Did y'all know about that? You know what I'm saying? But it's ironic that these fake ass Argentinians is all on the internet. Oh, this, that, and the third. Y'all not even the real people, bro. Y'all not even the real people. Now I want to get into To Catch a Predator. OMG. Let me see. Do I have that video? Yeah, hold on. I wrote it down, so I must have it. I just got to remember where I put it. Unless I shared it on Instagram. I may have shared it on Instagram. Give me 1 second. I may have shared it on Instagram. Let me check. Because if I don't have it, then I can't talk about it. Sorry, y'all. I thought I had it. If not, we're going to move on to South Africa. But I could have swore I had the video where I was talking about the To Catch a Predator. Did I share it? Let me check one more time on my other page. And if not, we just going to have to move on. But I had another, because they were talking about how on To Catch a Predator, all of the reason why they stopped doing the show was because of the people that they were catching. Did y'all know that on To Catch a Predator, the reason why they stopped the show was because the people they were catching was all of the politicians and the pastors. Hold on. If it's meant for me to pull it up, I'll be able to find it. So apparently they stopped doing all of the To Catch a Predators because of the people that they were picking up. Oh, here you go. I found the video. Look at God. He wanted me to show y'all. So apparently, y'all remember that show To Catch a Predator? It used to come on NBC or ABC. Don't give me the line. But that show used to come on NBC or ABC. And that show was about basically what they would do is they would set up people who are looking to hook up with underage people. So if you are a person who likes underage children on the low, they will set up sting operations to get you caught. So you think you texting a 13-year-old, but it turns out it's the guy. What was the white man named? Jim Hansen? Don't give me the line. A white man or his team behind the scenes, who was behind the scenes you would really text. And these people will go to jail and get in trouble. Well, it turns out that they said that they canceled the show, not because of its success, but because of who was getting caught. Apparently, according to this, the people who were getting caught were all of the people inside of the places in positions of power. So because of that, they had to get rid of the show altogether. You cannot make this up. And remember, we were speaking yesterday about how pedophilia and rape and incest and all that shit, how it lies very dormant inside of the church. Oh, it's a whole bunch of pastors that be on this shit too. Let's get into it.
Catch a Predator was canceled because they kept catching law enforcement, teachers, preachers, local officials, and other people meant to protect children. The final straw, this is the episode that got it canceled. An assistant district attorney in Texas, he was courting a 13-year-old boy. They're so disgusting. He was courting a 13-year-old boy. He didn't show up for the sting, so they sent law enforcement and camera crew to his home. The police entered, and Louis Conrad unalived himself. What do you want me to say? Okay, kudos to him. I don't know what you want me to say. I'm not upset about this. So they canceled the whole entire show. After he unalived himself, they canceled the entire show instead of finding out more pedophiles. But that's what happens, and because those are who are in charge of us, those people are disgusting now. We've made it okay in society to harm children, and nothing happens to the Disney people, and this is what I'm saying. Catch a Predator was canceled, but because they kept catching law enforcement, teachers, preachers, local officials, and other people meant to protect children. They canceled a show that was actually helping to identify disgusting people in our society that needed to be identified. Can't have no accountability on US TV. Everything's involved. This was a feel-good story that I saw. A mother catches boyfriend graping her 11-year-old daughter. She later drugs him, cuts off his genitals, and sets his body on fire. Court finds her not guilty. Isn't that a good story? People are doing the work around the world. It's only us. It's only us. I'm talking about found her not guilty. And she did exactly what needed to be done. Burning bedside. Do you understand? Burning bedside. She cut off his genitals because he doesn't need those. You're doing nefarious things with them. You don't need them. You don't need them. And she sets his body on fire. Court finds her not guilty. One last piece of shit. One last one. So I thought this was a feel-good story. This is something we should applaud. Well, does she have a GoFundMe? Let's make sure she gets therapy. Let's make sure she's okay, her and her daughter, after this. Do you see 11 years old? The depravity. This is what I'm saying. And this is the only answer. This is the only solution. This is the only judgment and justice. Anything else is like we're wasting time, we're wasting money, we're wasting resources. I don't condone this.
Okay, I don't know about the last part, but what she was talking about was the amount of people, and not even the amount of people who was being caught as a pedophile. Now, let me ask y'all a question. If the doctors, the lawyers, the pastors, and the police is the pedophiles, then who do you call on the pedophile? Now do y'all see why those cases get swept under the rug so often? Now do y'all see why people don't get the max sentences when they have these issues? Not because it's not a good thing, but because of if they give them the max, then they have to give their colleagues the max. See, what y'all got to understand, Black America, what y'all have to understand is that this is the way of the world for a large group of people around America. A large group of people. And that group of people ain't just average everyday Joe Schmoes. It's all the people that you trust and love. We spoke about this a few days ago when we were talking about dropping your child off to the pastor down at the church. And I told y'all that's the devil himself. I keep telling y'all the reason why they sweep this PDF file shit under the rug is because all of the people you know and love do it too. And all of these Black Americans in politics, I don't never hear y'all talk about this. I don't never hear y'all talk about this. I don't never hear y'all talk about all of the young kids that's getting raped. That, I guess that's not a part of the things, or that's not on the list of things to worry about, I guess, right? Let me show y'all this map so y'all can see it yourself. Maybe this will give y'all more of a clear picture. This is a map, nearly 340,000 red dots. Each one represents a unique IP address in the United States that was identified accessing or sharing child sexual abuse material during a recent 180-day period. Now, pause. That's 6 months. Look at the map. They just showing you people who looked it up in the last 6 months. Look. Take your time. Let it all sink in. Take your time. He goes on to say law enforcement calls it the red dot map. What appears to be a map of dots is actually a sobering reminder that child exploitation is not a distant problem. It is happening in communities across our nation. Behind every image is a child. Behind many of these cases is a child who has been trafficked, groomed, exploited, or abused. At orphans' hands, we know the vulnerability. We don't care about that. They trying to get people down at the orphan. We don't trust that neither.
All of the AI data centers in America.
Now that's AI.
Look at this map, gang.
But did y'all see all of these red dots? Look at how much is in this part. I wish I could blow it up. Look how much is in the eastern region of the map. Look. Oh, they big over here. I wonder if those areas are heavily influenced by foreigners. Either way, when people come to me talking about child PDF files and all of this stuff like that, I keep telling them, first of all, I tell y'all I don't like pastors. I don't. I'm not saying all pastors are bad, but on average, I don't like pastors. I know they're the most disgusting people, one of the most disgusting people walking this face of this earth. They nasty and vile and disgusting. Not all. I'm just telling you a large number of them motherfuckers is the most fucked up people you're going to run across. I don't like pastors, okay? But it ain't just them. It's a whole bunch of these people in positions of power in places that we trust as Americans. And these are the people who's behind the scenes looking up child, PORN. And you wonder why they got rid of the catch a predator? So then my question to y'all is, do they care about children or no? It's rhetorical. Let's move on. We already know the answer. We already know the answer. They don't give a damn about no churn. They don't give a damn about no churn. This is this ain't got nothing to do with no churn. Let's move on. Now let's get into these African slaves in Libya. Now this is big, y'all. Get the likes up. And I can't show the beginning of this video because the guy is starting off with a gun, with a blicky. So I'm not going to show the beginning of the video, but I will let you hear the audio. Now, once the guy passes with the blicky, then we'll get back into it. But what is going on here? It says hundreds of African migrants have been reportedly rescued in Libya after allegedly being held by human traffickers in conditions that human rights organizations have described as a modern-day slavery. This isn't something out of a history book. It's happening in our lifetime. Now, before I finish reading, and let me show y'all a little bit of it. Before I finish reading, they want y'all to believe that these African migrants are just being captured and caught up and they don't know what's going on. That's a lie. This is a bunch of Nigerians, Ghanaians, and a few other people from Africa who are crossing into other people's borders and basically doing what they're doing in America, trying to take their resources. And allegedly, according to what I'm hearing, them people is capturing their asses, putting them in concentration camps, turning them into slaves, and all kinds of stuff. Let's be clear. These people aren't going into Nigeria and grabbing slaves. Because I don't want us to put this out here like that, and that's not the truth. These Nigerians are going into these other people's countries, and then they capturing them, allegedly, according to what I'm hearing. Okay? And I got to say that to protect myself. It says, I watched a documentary a few years ago about Africans being trafficked and exploited in Libya and parts of the Middle East, and it was one of the most heartbreaking things I've ever seen. If you've ever looked into it, I encourage you to do your research. And it says human trafficking and forced labor are still devastating lives across the world, and these stories deserve more attention. Now, we're not going to make it seem like I said, these Africans are just being captured, because they want to make it seem like it's the most transatlantic slave shit. Like all these people was minding their business and then they was captured and brought into slavery. No, these are illegal migrants going across all of Africa, and them people in Libya is catching their ass and putting them in slavery. Now, I have to take this part down because there's a blicky at the beginning, but as soon as it's over, we'll come back. Y'all, let's get into a little bit of this.
Black Africans. What you come do in North Africa? You come to our country to steal and you leave your country. Why?
This country.
You heard that, man? I couldn't show it to you, but he said, what you guys are doing, you come to our country and you steal. Now, he did have a blicky and he was waving that bitch. He was waving that bitch. He waved that bitch real hard. Okay? Had them all jumping. But they want you to believe that these are innocent people being enslaved. I'm not saying that they should be enslaved, not all. But what I'm saying is I need y'all to understand why they are here. They're here because they're going into these people's countries trying to take from them and them people not letting them do it. Let's get back into it.
These men are migrants with dreams of being smuggled to Europe by sea.
We are going inside. Have a sit near place. Have a sit near place.
They come in their thousands from Niger, Mali, Nigeria, Ghana. It's hard to believe that these are the lucky ones, rescued from warehouses like the one in which we witnessed the auction. They're sold if those warehouses become overcrowded or if they run out of money to pay their smugglers. Of these rescued men, so many here say they were held against their will. It doesn't take us long to find victory.
Just take us home.
No food, no drinking water.
Just take us home. Want to go? No food, no water, nothing.
Victory was a slave.
We know that some people are being sold.
Yes.
Some people are being sold. Is this something you've heard about? Can you tell us about that?
Sure.
Tell us.
I was sold.
What happened?
On my way coming, I was sold. Merciless beating. If you look at most of the people here, if you check their body, you see the marks. They're beating with electric. Even your boot or they took something like a sharp object. Understand? Most of them lost that.
It was an Arab man that used gun to hit my eyes. You see what I'm passing through. I can't ever tell. I don't just know. For those Arab people, we cannot tell. We just pray to God to save us, we Nigerians, another country from the hands of the Libyans. At least they should try their best. I've spent 2 years plus. But for me staying there now, it's close to 7 months. It was because of the sweat. On my body, I've got white. We have not taken our bath since 2 months. Just to bath, maybe to brush. If some people should open their body, they fix pipe inside their private part, pipe to piss. Tell some people to open their body. They should put their body for you. You will see that these people are finished us. Is it bullet wound? Is it the gunshot? Even when we are going to eat, they beat us. We are going in.
We have over 150 Nigerians inside the place. And in my presence, 3 Nigerians were shot dead and thrown into a river in a place called Suleiman.
Can you imagine if it was Americans being sold as slaves in Libya? Can you imagine if Europeans...
See how they threw us in the cross? Now, we ain't had nothing to do with that. Now, we over here minding our business. How did we get in this? We not fleeing America to go other people's countries. Y'all is. So now all of a sudden, because they got y'all out there in concentration camps, y'all ain't bathed in months. Now all of a sudden, if it was Americans, keep America name out your raggedy mouth, you ugly ass bitch. This ain't got shit to do with America. America ain't over there stopping, and America ain't over there capturing niggas. Please keep us out of this. But remember, they always tug at Black America because they understand the value. That's why she said if they were American, she don't mean she don't mean white American. Remember, in other countries, they don't call you Black American. In other countries, they don't call you African American. In other countries, they just call you American. So what she's implying is that if they were Black American, she's not talking about the white people, because if she was, she would have said if they was white. No. When she said if they were American, she's implying us. Leave us out of there, you stinky dog leg bitch. That ain't got nothing to do with us. Please and thank you. Let me let you finish cooking though.
Pins were being sold as slaves in Libya.
Stupid Black Africans.
So y'all saw that, right? This is what's happening to the people of Niger. They said Nigeria, Ghana, and Mali, I want to say. Those 4 places, have a large group of African people who are migrating to other places. You heard at the beginning of the video, it says that they had hopes of being migrated to Europe by sea. But what they're doing is going into other countries now because they don't have much. Obviously, they're either going in stealing or at least applying and getting other resources. And them other people not playing with them. A lot, not some places they can go. But in Africa, a lot of places they can't. They locking their asses up. Not feeding them, putting them into slavery. Then you heard the man at the beginning of the video. You think you can come over here to North Africa and take our resources and steal from us? That's what they're doing. But if you let the media place it, they'll make it seem like these Nigerians are just being captured and brought into slavery. No. But instead of the 154 podcast, let's get Godfrey in the 154 podcast up here. All the topics that the 154 podcast could be talking about. All of the shit going on down there in Africa where they claim to be all of. You would think these Cabbage Patch Kids, these clone babies, these orphan train babies, you would think that these 154 podcast niggas will be on here trying to get us to know what's going on over there. But no, but that's because the 154 podcast was never about Africa. They got it on the marquee. Yeah, they got it on the name, but it ain't got shit to do with Africa. The 154 podcast whole mission statement is to get niggas in America to believe that they're African so that these Nigerians can destiny swap and take your space. Can't you see? They want to be a part of everybody else except, now mind you, these Nigerians are the same Nigerians in America telling Black Americans that we're African. But they don't even have a root place that they can call their own back in America. They even back in Africa. They're even fleeing Nigeria. How can a bunch of fleeing ass Nigerians running all across the world like scattered roaches, how can y'all come to me and tell me as a Black American that I'm African? Who the fuck are you? That's the bigger question. Who are you? How can these two people, how can these Nigerians coming from a place that didn't have an origin prior to the 1960s, and they fleeing all over the world, all in Africa, they fleeing to Africa, Europe, Asia. I don't know if they're fleeing to Asia, but they fleeing to and these the people in America telling us that we Africans? Please, somebody make it make sense. Somebody, please, if you don't do nothing for me, make this make sense. This is what the 154 podcast should be talking about. But all of their topics is geared toward us. This is a play, Black America. This is a play. These Nigerians think they're slick. See, the lucky ones who get to come to America, because you got to be hella lucky to be one of the Nigerians over here. But the lucky ones who get to come to America, they get here and realize that they have an opportunity to take our place. They have an opportunity to become American and make us African, meaning we get to go back to their third world country and they get to set up shop right here. That's their whole agenda, Black America. This is their entire agenda. And it ain't just the agenda in America. It's the agenda everywhere. That's why them people in Lybia got them over there in concentration camps. These Nigerians can't tell me shit, especially about history and especially about Africa. They're the most fleeing people on the continent. How can they come to America and talk to you about anything? These the people they got in America telling Black Americans who they are. Run far. When you see these Nigerians, this is a scam, y'all. The scam is to get you to believe you from there. So now you go to Nigeria in the middle of the dirt, and then they come over here and take your place as the American. That's why when they get here, they change their names and they tell you, I'm American. But then they look you in the face and tell you, you are African. You don't see the play? Nigga, all they missing is a gun to make this a robbery. You don't see the play? How can you not see it? They come here, become the American, and they get you to believe you the African. How can you not see it? The 154 podcast ain't got shit to do with Africa. It's about destiny swapping with you, getting you to believe that. That's why they all, every time you see a clip, they on this bitch talking about how Black America need to find out their African roots. Nigga, you need to find out your African roots. How about that? Nigerians want Black Americans to find their African roots when the Nigerians don't know their own African roots. Y'all ever thought about that? Nigerians don't know their African roots. Ask them about genealogy past 2 generations. They have no clue. But they want us to know our African roots. Man, watch out. Watch out. A Nigerian can't tell me shit. A Nigerian can't tell me shit. As a matter of fact, a Nigerian can't stand next to me. I'm going to be real. Can't a bitch from Nigeria tell me shit? And I said what I said. Period. Let me talk to one of the real Africans. You know, one of the ones that got ancient history on the continent. I'm not talking to nobody who just came around in the 60s. Move around. Call one of the original Africans. Go get one of them indigenous Africans. One of them Africans who got folklore and who got history and got all kind of shit written down and all. Go get me one of them Africans. I don't want to hear nothing about none of these new ass, fake ass, cabbage patch, garbage pail kid ass Nigerians. Don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. And somebody put in the comments, Godfrey said he only been in Nigeria twice. But again, he's in America telling us we need to figure out our African roots. Nigga, what's yours? What's your African roots? The fuck? Put a Nigerian next to a real African and let's see who the real African. I'm just saying. Go get me one of the real Africans. A Nigerian ain't a real African to me. In my opinion, they not. Y'all some Johnny come lately niggas. I don't know who y'all is. I don't know where y'all came from. I don't know what y'all got going on. But even the other Africans looking at y'all sideways. Now, if y'all want us to be all up in the Africa bit, I'm starting to think that I need to get on the side with the other Africans. Because even the other Africans don't like y'all. Why? Next time the 154 podcast go live, or next time Godfrey on his live, why don't one of y'all hop in his live in his comment section and ask him why all of Africa don't like Nigeria? That's what y'all need to do. Wait till that nigga go live again and ask him why the whole continent of Africa hates Nigerians. Why do y'all beef with all of Africa? If y'all supposed to be representatives of Africa, then why don't the rest of Africa like y'all? I bet you he won't talk about that. I bet you he won't talk about that. Let's move on. Y'all got to know who y'all dealing with. They got a smoke screen over here in America. That smoke screen got y'all believing, just like I showed y'all them Argentinas on TV, make y'all think them the real people. That's a smoke screen. They got us believing that these Johnny-come-lately Nigerians are representatives of Africa, and they are not. Go get me a real African. I want an African with lineage that go back centuries. I don't want these new Africans. I don't know them. I don't trust them. Go get me a real African. Somebody from North Africa. I don't know about North Africa, but for sure, go get me one of them South Africans or something like that. Go get an Ethiopian. There you go. Go get me an Ethiopian. If you ain't Ethiopian, I don't want to talk. Them the oldest ones over there. Go get me an Ethiopian. There you go. Them the ones you got to talk to. Go get me an Ethiopian. Other than that, I don't want to hear none of that. Go get me an Ethiopian. I'll talk to them. And if y'all ever had, I know I've only had minimal contact with Ethiopians, but they seem to be all right from what I've seen. Okay? Go get me an Ethiopian. I'll talk to them. I'm not talking to a Nigerian about shit. A Nigerian can't talk to me about nothing. Find out your genealogy. If a Nigerian come to me talking about who I am, I'm going to start asking him about his genealogy. And then that's going to shut down the whole conversation. You see what I'm saying? Let's move on. Speaking of foreigners, white Americans are foreigners. White people in America are just as much foreigners as all these tethers we looking at. And it's time for us to talk about it. Hold on. And we've spoke about this before. This isn't our first time speaking about this. We spoke about Ellis Island and how all of the white people came on a boat. Now, remember, they want us to believe that we came off of a boat. It's about a destiny swap. It's about projection. So they want us to believe that we came off of a boat, right? And that these white folks were already here. That's how they started off at first. Then they flipped it and said, well, the black people came from Africa off of a boat. And then they said that some of us had an ethnogenesis. Bullshit. How come we got to come from everywhere and everybody else had to already be here? So you want the Native Americans to already be here and the cracker, and we came last? It don't make common sense, y'all. That don't make common sense. Because how can we come last but create the entire whole of America? Everything invented in America was invented by a Black American. Everything. Everything invented in America, from the cars to the planes to the trains to the doctors to everything created in America was built by a Black American. So my question is, if we built everything, how the fuck can we come from somewhere else? If we build everything, how can we come from somewhere else? And also, if we did come from somewhere else, bring me back there. I want to see the other people like me. Bring me back to the area where you got me from so I can go find my long lost relatives. I bet you they can't do that. Because the white people are foreigners. Listen, Black America, everybody on this land is foreigners except you. The only people who's indigenous and aboriginal to this land are Black Americans. Do you hear me? Everybody else is a foreigner. White people are foreigners. They haven't stopped letting them in by the drove since they opened Ellis Island. They continue to come in. Now they're coming in more by plane than by boat. But white people are just like these Africans. They leave whatever part of wherever they come from, drop all of their identity, and create a new American identity. And a lot of these white folks got here and started making it seem like we're the foreigners. That's witchcraft. That's spell work. Because if you believe that you came from somewhere else and they were already here, you've already helped them destiny swap. But again, I need Black America to understand who you need to know what your status is and what everybody else's status is. There's only one piece. Like if America is a house, our name is on the deed. Not the whites, not the Caribbeans, not the Africans. Our names is on the deeds. This our shit. Everybody else are visitors and foreigners. It's us and then everybody else. Okay? The only reason why they're able to run our house is because they got us believing we're guests inside of our own house. That's the only reason right now they took over our shit, because they got us believing we're guests inside of our own house. But I'm here to tell you, wake up. You're not the guest. This your shit. Okay? So you need to know that. I don't need you to believe it. I don't need you to think it. You need to know it. This your shit. And that's why whenever things go bad, everybody come run to you, because this your shit. Okay? Now, the reason why I'm bringing this segment to y'all, because we've spoken about this before. I got a segment on my YouTube channel called Poor Whites. White people are not who we think they are. According to the media, they had us, and his story, they had us believing that white people were doing well and black people weren't. White people was this, white people was here, black people were there. White people were slave owners, black people were slaves. And what that does subconsciously is it makes your brain believe that you're already subservient to these crackers. And the fact of the matter is most white people in America are poor. Not only poor, they're not just poor, they poor. They don't have shit. Have you ever been around the average white American? They're poor as fuck. This is why they hate you. Now, because we know that the average white American is poor, we have to know that what they told us or what they got us believing about them can't be true. And one of those things is they are indigenous or they've been here when Columbus got here or long before. Just like them $5 footlongs. That's a lie. That's a lie. They are also Johnny-come-lately foreigners. Now, they came through at first through 1800, the late 1800s, mid to late 1800s, and the 1900s. That's when they started coming in by the droves. Remember, the South didn't start getting a bunch of white people in it until damn near the 1900s. Prior to that, it was predominantly black. Facts. Now, the problem or the thing I want you to take away from this segment, because I'm going to show you this video. The thing I want you to take away from this segment is knowing who you are and your status and knowing everybody else's. We know the Africans are tethers. We know all these other melanated people in this world that come to America are tethers. We know that. It's not up for debate. It's time for us to look at them white folks with the same tether lens that we look at them because they are tethers like them. White people in America don't have the original, what's the word? They don't have no origins. Even their culture in America is stolen from some black people they seen when they got here. So please be advised. Even the cracker inside of America is a tether and a foreigner. Now let's get into this video. Hold on. I want to show you this video. Where this guy is talking about, are black people more American than white people? This is a very good conversation because like I showed y'all before, remember the African lady online was saying, if these people were American, it would be different. And remember, I also told y'all when it comes to black America, outside of America, they don't call you black American. They don't call you African American. They don't call you foundational black American. You know what they call you? American. Outside of America, your skin color doesn't matter because in their minds, you're an American. Outside of America. Now, inside of America, they got you believing you African. But when you leave the confines of this here border and you head over outside of here, they only look at you as an American. Okay, so now this conversation is about who's more American, black people or white people. I'm here to tell you it's black people and it's not even close. Let's get into it. Y'all get the likes up.
The majority of white Americans descend from people who arrived in the 19th and 20th century. Upwards of 75% of black Americans trace their lineage to the founding era, to 1776.
Yeah, it's so interesting because I was looking at Trump. I was doing
and not only 1776, because that's where they cut off a lot of records, but they can trace their records beyond 1776.
a video. I swear this was not a pro-Trump video. It just kind of ended up seeming that way. But I was making a video about the current president whose family owns slaves, people who descend from slave owners. And it was every president except for Trump, and not because that, in theory, they wouldn't have, but Trump's lineage is just so recent to America. I'm more, I don't subscribe to this blood and soil politic, but, if we were to play that game, I'm far more American than Trump, probably most Black Americans are. So, yeah, I find that such an interesting concept that they're able to sort of split hairs between the white immigrants and the non-white ones. But I guess it's expected within American history.
Well, let me just say, this is why, as I mentioned earlier, Great Replacement theory is both empirically false and ahistorical. Empirically false because For instance, they claim Europe is being overrun with immigrants when 91% of people who live in Europe right now were born in Europe. The United States, which has the largest foreign-born population in the world, 86% of people living in the United States was born in the United States. That doesn't like this huge sort of, so from an empirical standpoint, but ahistorical in the sense that you mentioned that Black people are quote unquote more American if we're thinking about it from the standpoint of blood and soil. So if we want to use their construct, the majority of white Americans descend from people who arrived in the 19th and 20th century,
Facts.
long after the United States was founded.
Facts.
Upwards of 75% of Black Americans trace their lineage to the founding era, to 1776.
Now let me get my commentary on this, because there's a few things that I wanted to say. Number one, Black Americans, you can trace your lineage back further than 1776, but that's where they tried to stop most of our records. Because remember, what happened in 1776? That's when they founded America. Now, they didn't find the land, what they did, but that's not what they were talking about when they said they founded it. Meaning they were creating this new system that we know of today as the United States of America in 1776. But Black America was already here. And we can trace our lineage back way before 1776. Like the brother said, white people, he's saying the 18th century, but I think that that's a stretch. They didn't start coming here until the late 19th century and the 20th and the 21st. Even today, they're still coming in droves. These white people that y'all be arguing with online, some of them is first and second generation whites. A lot of them are second and third generation whites. Y'all, I keep telling y'all, have a conversation with clear people. They don't have more than most of them don't have more than 3 generations right here in America. But when it comes to Black America and we go to do our genealogy, we got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bloodlines, 10 generations of our own people right here on this own soil. So by theory, who's the most American is gotta be only us. Because white Americans are just as much foreigners as the rest of these people. Now, one thing I will say that I didn't like the false equivalency he used, because he tried to compare birth rates. I guess, I don't know if it was birth rates, but he said something to the effect of 90% of people in Europe are born in Europe versus 86% of people in America. Being born in a place doesn't make you a person of that place. Let's be clear. I'm still Black, but if I was born in China, that don't make me Chinese. If I got a Black mama and a Black daddy, a Black American mama and a Black American daddy, yeah, I can say socially I'm a Chinese, but I am not Chinese by my heritage or by my lineage. I'm still a Black American living in China. But they want to use that false equivalency in America because that helps a lot of people tether on to the American identity. So that's why in America, it's the whole, where you were born. It don't matter where you were born. Where does your blood come from? Like the boy said, blood and soil. Where does your bloodline come from? That determines who you are. Not where you're born, not where you go, not who you marry, and not nothing no history book told you. The only thing determines who you are is bloodline and genealogy. And white folks are not American by bloodline nor by genealogy. Period. Point blank. Facts. And if you're clear on here and you think I'm lying, test my theory. Go ask your mama about her grandmother. Come back to the live and talk to us. I bet you. Well, I think Nana. I've never met Nana, but my mom spoke a lot about her. She didn't really know her because my mom was adopted. Yeah, see, she was adopted, and She was an orphan and she was raised by a really good family, but I'm not too sure about my grandmother, but I'll have to ask Mom. Yay! That's what they gonna say. I'm telling you, who is the most American? And it's us, Black America. Everybody else is tethers, all of them. If you ain't a Black American, your ass is tethering. Okay, I'm just saying. Not everybody not a tether, but I mean everybody else is a foreigner. Does that make sense? I hope so, because that's what this is all about. So I hope that made sense to some of y'all in the chat. Let me read a couple of super chats. Get the likes up, please. And shout out to everybody who's sending the gems. I just can't read them all today. Last night I tried to read them all and I was on here all night, damn near. I can't read all the gems. Shout out to everybody sending gems. Nicole Smith, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, to all the foreigners, summer is too hot to be musty. Tell that to Rockhead, child. I think I'm gonna have to come back live today. I might do some pre-recorded content and come live because I got to get some more pre-recorded content out on the other channel so I can get more traffic. But man, oh man, I got some shit to say about Rockhead. Thank you, Nicole Smith. I appreciate you. Let me see. I got another one. Barbie 7660. Thank you for the super chat. Says, did you see Jaden expose Blueface jail experience? No. Send it to me. We might go live today. Send it to me, girl. voodoodollpodcast@gmail.com. Send it to me. voodoodollpodcast@gmail.com. Send it to me. I would love to see it because we might go live later on. You see what I'm saying? Leash, thank you so much, Leash. I can't never say your name right. Leah, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, beautiful, Voo. Thank you, beautiful. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you so much, Diva, for the super chat. Says, I bought 1947 Webster's Dictionary. Indian definition is Aboriginal to America, Red Indians. I sent you an email, #babe. Love you, Voo. Thank you, Diva. I'm going to check it out. Thank you so much. And thank you for that information. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Nicole Smith, thank you for being a member for 11 months. She says, Godfrey, why 154 podcast isn't talking about this instead of speaking on Black America? Exactly. Because let me tell you something. A lot of them, all them niggas is Freemasons, in my opinion. I believe. Conspiracy theory. And I believe part of that Freemasonic shit down there with Tariq, I believe all them working together. This is the play. You want to hear what I believe the play is? Let me give y'all what I believe the play is. I believe the play goes as follows. We got Freemasons, right? And it's a whole bunch of people inside of this Freemason organization, and those people have jobs. Now, part of their jobs is acting, making the people believe that they're opposites when actually they work for the same people. And I believe when it comes to Tariq Nasheed and the Godfreys, I think they all work for the same people. And part of them give orders to Godfrey and the 154 podcast. Y'all go to America, create the podcast, and do a whole bunch of clip farming on American content. And then Tariq, you go over here and tell them niggas they had an ethnogenesis. And then after they believe that, make them beef with the niggas that's African. Whole time, we gonna keep them back in Africa because we're gonna keep telling them, yeah, beef with them niggas, but you African too. Remember, make them believe that they got beef with the Africans, but also make them believe they African. Has it worked? It worked. Because a lot of people, I will go on a limb and say the mass majority of foundational Black Americans are beefing with Africans, even though they themselves believe that they are African. I'm just saying. That's a conspiracy theory, though. Thank you, Nicole Smith. I appreciate you. Rhonda, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, love what you're doing. Love your accent. Wish we Southern Missourians had the same. Oh, shout out to Missouri. Them the ancient people up in Missouri. Shout out to Missouri, bro. Bro. Y'all call y'all own stuff. I love y'all. Thank you so much, Rondo. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Nikki P, thank you for the super chat. Says, yes, sis, Cook. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And hey, it's Trey. Thank you for the super chat. Says, let us remember, Godfrey has been to Nigeria twice, and Joy and Reed had never been. Just think of that for a minute. And these the motherfuckers on the podcast telling us that we African. And Joy Reed look like a man by the face. God hardened her face because he knew she was going to come out here and try to lead the people wrong. That's why he made that whole face look like burnt concrete. And with that being said, I'm off this bitch. Love y'all. Make sure y'all pay the information for it. Do all the research, and love on each other and take care of Black America first, okay? It's Black Americans versus everybody. Hit that link if you want to support the dog, voodoodolltvshop.com. It's Black Americans versus everybody. You the most American people on this earth. Never forget it. I love y'all. See y'all later. Peace.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat. You know what I want? Blaze up. Come on, Blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wah, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.